as a child, I've always been drawn to the arts. So then when I was young, any movie I watch, I would go to my father's office, borrow a lot of A4 papers, right, and do a graphic illustration of what I just watched. Then I think in '95, precisely June, then it was multi-choice, Mnet. They did a celebration of Steven Spielberg movies. And I was 13 then, if I'm correct, and I was blown away by this guy's filmmaking. And I made a conscious decision then that I was going to become a filmmaker. So after I completed my first degree in economics in 2006, I enrolled for a national diploma at National Film Institute. It's loosely based on me, in the sense that when I came to Lagos, Taxi Driver Okashawa was shot mostly on Lagos Island. Precisely Igboshere Road, Broad Street, Obalende. Iconic places for me when I first came into Lagos, because the first time I came into Lagos to work, I worked at Igboshere Road. And I was really drawn to the whole vibrant nature, you know, the essence of Lagos, that I said I have to do a film about Lagos. So Taxi Driver, in a way, is about, it's kind of like a personal, subliminal celebration or love letter to Lagos Island. I would say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that when we started the project, we were very, very aware from the beginning that it was a commercial film. So we approached it from a commercial angle, which is primarily taking cognizance of your audience. And because we are talking about Nigerian audience, we had to some extent, look at the film from an angle that would be appealing to younger, more like our indigenous setup, you know. So from that perspective, yes, we felt we wanted to make a commercial film. But the unprecedented success so far has just been an icing on the cake, because it was quite an experience making the film. Well, the most difficult scene was there's a final showdown in a very tight, cramped room. And we had limited time to shoot it. We had all the star actors, like literally every major actor in the film was in that room for that scene. And there was stabbing, shooting, you know, and all that chaos and madness. And I remember, because I had these limitations, right, in the sense that actors, I had schedules, they all had schedules, so we had to make it work for the limited time we had, you know, so it was like I had to shoot it or not shoot it. It's a film called Taxi Driver, which was done by Martin Scorsese. So when I wanted to make a second feature, I wanted to make, because Taxi Driver by Martin Scorsese is one of the movies that have influenced my style of filmmaking. It revolutionized the way I saw films being made. So I wanted to do a film, because I think the film was done in the 70s, mid-70s. So I wanted to do like, if this would have been 40 years since its release. So I wanted to do something, just a personal homage, like celebrating the film. So I wanted to do a Nigerianized Taxi Driver. Then we went about, and it kept going and it kept going. And when we decided to tilt it towards the commercial bit, we felt Taxi Driver was too formal. So we added Okwashawo, which they equally call Lagos Taxi Driver. To be very honest, I remember I went to see one of my aunts, my elderly aunt, and we were talking about, oh, I'm into films and all that. And she said, oh, there's this actor she really loves. His name is, she described him, Odunlade Odekola. That's when I started searching on this guy. Then I found out he was really huge. And I wanted to make a commercial film. And let's be realistic. You're making a film about taxi drivers in Lagos Island. They don't speak English. They are Yoruba people, you know. So the film was going to be predominantly Yoruba, irrespective of the fact that it was English speaking at some point and all that. So my wife plays the lead female role. She's someone who has moved my craft further. So she's someone who equally trusts my judgment as a director. And we even banter, but it's always for the good of what we do. Femi Jacobs just had to be the character, because I didn't want, the film is primarily about this guy driving around Lagos, right? So a lot of the things are taking place inside the car while he's driving. So you need somebody who can act and at the same time not be distracted by his driving. And it's a 504 1979 vintage model, and you have to do gear shifts and all that stuff. So we went around, did our research, and we found out that Femi Jacobs actually has an aviation license. He's actually a pilot. He has a pilot license as well. So I was like, oh wow, okay, that's a guy who can focus on, because you don't want that distractions, and you are shooting as well, camera lights on you and all that. So yeah, it wasn't difficult afterwards. And I'd seen him in The Meeting, which was a brilliant film, which I think was very brilliant in his performance, besides the fact he won an AMVCA for it. But yeah, so we went with Femi Jacobs, so that wasn't difficult. Then Saka as well for the comedy, and he's a brilliant actor, so we put him. Okay, the one that, because the film is subtitled in Pidgin, so a lot of people are stunned. Like, a lot of people didn't know it was primarily Yoruba. So they go into the cinema expecting to see a film that is English, and they see Yoruba, and they're like, oh wow, okay, it's even a Yoruba film I'm watching. And I have no idea why people have that perception about Yoruba movies. And they're like, it's a Yoruba film, and the subtitle is in Pidgin. So that's primarily what I've gotten that's the reaction I've gotten. But funny enough, everybody who has said that ends up saying, but I liked the movie. It was entertaining. Oh, I don't know why I liked it, but I liked it, I enjoyed it. So I think at the end of the day, we passed our message irrespective. Well, I'll be very honest here. I've been fortunate, so my whole aspiration here was, I made this film in collaboration with Film One, which is a subdivision of Film House Cinemas. And these guys are taking a big chance on filmmakers. They liked the script, they came on board, they committed themselves financially and all that. And for me, I said, look, you might not get this opportunity again. So make a good film, and at the same time, make them happy. So the fact that we get news on, I believe it was that same Friday, that it was doing very well in Ibadan, Surulere, and Ikeja. It competed with James Bond in these cinemas, and they were very excited about it. And I said, oh, I'm grateful for that, because it will help me for my next project. Just that confidence. We can have that trust as filmmaker-producer relationship. So for me, I'm excited because, man, I know it's going to bring good things for my career.